Primero,
Está mi voz cuando estoy
ya, ok, pero yo no quiero que tú estás muy
política.
no, yo quiero que
Pero
tú
yo soy un
estás
hombre
muy-
serio, pero Dios
No.
no es la forma de cómo yo me estoy sentando.
No, yo no quiero
Ni
eso.
tampoco.
No,
Pero
yo
tú
quiero que
quieres-
tú estás muy relax y la gente te
Porque-
conoce bien.
por eso yo estoy relax. Okay.
No, tú no estás... No. I don't want it like that, no.
Ok, en este encuentro, en el día de hoy, podemos
No.
hablar un poco suelto.
No.
¿Qué no? Pero Dios mío. ¿Qué no?
This is political voice.
Pero
No,
yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Ok,
No, papi,
podemos
yo-
hablar normal.
No.
Oh my
No.
God. Podemos hablar normal.
No, yo quiero en medio normal.
Pero yo soy el medio.
No.
Mi esposa me
Es
está
en
diciendo que
serio.
yo no soy el medio. El esposo de ella.
es-
¿Ustedes creen esto? Encontramos el día de hoy con mi esposa. Vamos a hacer un pequeño video de nuestra vida, de nuestro encuentro, de lo que Papá Dios ha hecho entre nosotros, porque todo es de voluntad de Dios, ¿no? Así no es.
Amén.
Amén.
Today we're going to do a video.
Speak Spanish. Yeah, you like speaking Spanish?
Inglés y español también.
Ah, yes.
Today we're going to do a video and we're going to talk about our love, talk about our relationship, but most importantly we're going to talk about questions that you guys asked us in Instagram. I put up a poll on Instagram and asked you guys some questions, and you guys gave us some really good questions to answer. So we're going to answer them. Y tú vas a responder en español, yo en inglés y español también.
It's okay.
He's going to try to speak English. He's going to try to speak English.
Okay.
It's bad, so don't judge him, but he's trying, my baby.
Pues mi
Está
esposa
tratando.
es beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Tú estás
Ok,
tratando.
muy bonita, ¿no le decís? Mírenla, es mi esposa. Yes, es mi esposa.
Okay.
Ok,
Thank you.
so
Gracias.
ok.
Te amo.
A ver,
I have on lip gloss.
adiós.
He's so corny.
Yes.
Pregunta
Número 1.
número one.
Uno en español, uno.
How did you gain a relationship with your bonus kids? So when I met his kids, I first and foremost did not want any kids. I didn't want any kids at all. I was not looking to be with anybody that had kids, and I was not interested in creating any type of journey for the children in the future. When I met his kids, they were really young. Emma was 3 years old, and Emmanuel was turning 5 years old when I met their father. And so when I met them, that they genuinely changed my entire perspective of children and the love I could give children. I think because I fell in love with their father, I automatically knew that my love for their father would genuinely transcend into a love for them. But they were genuinely just really good kids. And the reason why I like kids in the first place was because I don't like other people's kids because they're really bad and you can't correct them. So I didn't want kids. But when I met them, they were just really sweet kids and loving kids. And they automatically, before I could reach out to them and be like, try to be a part of their lives, they reached out to me. And they were really like, from the day that I met Emma, she was really attached to me. She's really similar to how Luna is. But we were like taking Snapchat videos and stuff like that, and she automatically just attached to me, and I felt like she was mine. And so when I treated her like she was mine, she eventually started to react to me in the way that I was treating her. And the same thing with Emmanuel. I treated them like they were my kids. And so with that, the genuine relationship came because I treated them like they were my kids. They're not my stepkids. They're my bonus kids, yes, if I have to say that, but they are my kids. And their mom knows that, my husband knows that, my family knows that. When I say my kids, I'm not just talking about Luna or this baby, I'm talking about Emmanuel and Emma too. They're my kids. And so because of that, I feel like the relationship was a lot easier to go into because they were, one, so young, two, because they came to me with love first, and three, because Mayo gave me the ability to be their mother, you know, not taking the place of their actual mother, because she is still living and she's still very active in their lives, but he allowed me to have that relation, that motherly like relationship with them when they were in our household. So I could correct them if I needed to. I could, you know, teach them in the ways that they needed to be taught. I could purchase things for them. I could buy things for them. I could love on them the same way that I would love on my own children. So I think that that's what kind of helped with my relationship with them.
Mis hijos prefieren, para que ustedes sepan, uno de los amigos de ella es mi niño más grande. Para que ustedes lo sepan, el Manuel más grande son amigos. Entonces, Luna y Emma, las dos niñas, ya ustedes saben cómo son los niños. Amigos, para que lo sepan.
As of right now, our household, Emmanuel is mine, the boy is mine, and Emma and Luna are his. They are, oh my God, they have their daddy like this, wrapped around their finger.
Beautiful.
So when they get in trouble, he always goes after Emmanuel, and I'm like, you ain't gonna go after my son. And I always go after Emma, and he's like, you ain't gonna go after my daughter.
Le agradezco, después de Dios también le agradezco a mi esposa por ser no solamente una super esposa, sino también una super madre. Y eso se merece lo que es un cuidado, una protección y estar también muy apoyándole, ¿no? Y eso se merece un regalo. Así que continuamos.
The next question.
¿Quién te dijo primero te amo?
Pero espérate,
No,
okay, dilo.
Fui yo.
No, espérate.
Fui yo. Yo le dije te amo primero.
It was definitely him.
Yes.
No,
Yes. ¿Te acuerdas?
No.
Cuando estábamos hablando por mensaje, estábamos titeando.
No. I said it. I think I said it first.
Fui yo primero. ¿Te acuerdas?
No.
Fui yo.
Okay.
Fui yo.
Está bien.
Fui yo.
Okay.
Ella va a decir que fue ella, ¿no?
I don't.
Ella va a decir que
remember.
fue ella, ¿no?
At one point,
Ella
hold on, I think I got it in my notes. I wrote it down. You know, this like high
revisa,
school.
no.
Espérate, yo tengo en mi notas.
Sí, no revisa. Yo te entiendo, revisa. Vamos a ver.
Dame ver.
Vamos a ver. Vamos a ver cuál fue el primero. Vamos a ver cuál fue el primero. No, pero tú no la cambiaste.
No,
Ella lo cambió.
Ok.
Ella ahí, Mello, ¿lo ves?
Okay.
Mello.
I said it first.
No, Mello, de mí. Oh, señor, ella no se recuerda. No se recuerda. Okay.
Espérate. Se dijo que yo lo dijo el primero vez, el 15 de mayo.
Pero fue una llamada. Yo fui una llamada, mi amor. Fue una llamada, no fue por Messenger, señores.
No, con Messenger.
No fue WhatsApp, no fue WhatsApp.
A las 9:15. I said it at 9:15 p.m. on May 15th. He said it at 1 a.m. on May 16th. Yo lo dijo en primero el 15 de mayo y tú lo dijo el 16 de mayo a la 1 de la mañana en la llamada. Pero yo con M.
Ustedes creen que podemos, son muchas mujeres, ¿no? Así que mejor. Ok, son muchas más que nosotros. Así que vamos a dar la preferencia, ¿no? Lo importante es que nos amamos. Ella me ama y yo la amo. Para siempre. Hasta que la muerte nos pague. Ok, permiso, Ustedes saben, ya ustedes saben. Ok.
How do you guys have a long distance marriage relationship that works?
Este es un refrán que nosotros los dominicanos utilizamos aquí en República Dominicana, que amor de lejos, felices los cuatro. Pero esto no es cuestión de felices los cuatro. Sobre todas las cosas existe lo que es el respeto, existe la comunicación. Mientras haya comunicación y respeto, por ende la relación va creciendo y la confianza. Cuando existen estos tres elementos esenciales, que es el respeto, la confianza y lo que es la comunicación, ante todo, el hombre o la mujer pueden irse al fin del mundo. Y sobre todas las cosas, la confianza de con quién tú estás. ¿Tú me tienes confianza, mi amor? ¡Mujeres! ¡Oh, Señor! ¡Oh, God!
Claro,
Dios mío.
Papi, claro que sí, yo tengo
esto es en vivo y directo.
¿Quién tenía confianza? Va a tener
me tiene confianza. Ustedes están viendo, señor.
I don't trust this man, listen.
Pero ustedes están viendo.
Yo tengo mucha confianza en ti.
Pero esos son los nervios que no les dejan hablar claramente. Pero nada. Pero ya ustedes saben, señores.
I think that with, everything that he just said, with respect, love, communication, and confidence in your partner. I think that I think that for us also, you know, aside from what he said, I think that for us also, we are very intentional about, you know, the love that we have for each other and the time that we spend with each other. When we're together, we are like attentive to each other, but when we're apart also, we kind of give each other the space to be able to be focused on whatever it is that we're doing. If not, if I wasn't focused on what I was doing when I'm in the States, or, you know, working or whatever the case be, and he wasn't focused on what he was doing when he's here working, then we would be so engulfed with what we're missing, as far as me missing him and him missing me, that we wouldn't be able to focus or get anything done. And also, most of our relationship was long distance. He lives in a completely different country. He lived in a completely different country than me when we first started, and I had never been to Dominican Republic. Us being together was full on long distance from the beginning, from the time that we met each other. So I think that our relationship has been trained and kind of conditioned to be in that place. But if it wasn't for God and the strength that he gave us to be able to make it through, we just honestly, we wouldn't have been able to be able to do it. Honestly, it's the strength of God. So yeah.
¿Tú piensas tener 2 bebés más aparte de lo que tenemos aquí?
Esa no es el pregunto. Mira, chequea el pregunto.
Vamos a ver, señores, vamos a ver, estoy en vivo y directo, ¿no?
Eso no es el pregunto.
¿Tendrá bebés montadas en los Estados Unidos?
Sí, sí va a tener
sí.
bebé allá en los Estados Unidos.
Ok. Yo le decía a mi esposa que si el bebé que viene aquí, no le voy a decir nombre. El bebé que ella tiene aquí de regalito, si ella lo va a tener en los Estados Unidos, ¿no? ¿Lo vas a tener aquí o lo vas a tener allá?
Yeah, va a tenerlo allá.
Allá,
yeah,
okay.
we're gonna give birth to.
¿Por qué?
Well, I'm gonna give birth to baby number 2
okay.
over there.
Okay.
It's just easier. It's just easier to, you know, go through documents and to have documentation done in the United States. Like, obviously, it's gonna make the baby an American citizen, and America has so much more privileges than any other country. So, as far as what I know. So it's a done deal. Of course, we're gonna have the baby in the United States. Up until the time I give birth, I will be in the States, apart from hubby. So again, our relationship is so conditioned to being apart and being separate that it's just kind of become the norm for us. So yeah, we'll have baby Montas in the United States.
Yo voy a estar allá en el parto contigo. Voy a estar allá, ¿verdad que sí?
I hope so.
Yo voy a estar allí.
Espero que sí.
Solamente Dios tiene el control de todo. Estamos pidiendo a Dios de que estemos allá ayudándola. No soy doctor, yo soy abogado de República Dominicana, soy abogado y entiendo que puedo ayudarla, ¿no? Puedo ayudarla, ¿no? En que se agarrarla, atenderlo, ¿no? Y ya ustedes saben si estaría ya contigo.
Espero que sí. I hope that he is going to be able to be there with us. We're in the process of, obviously, of the visa process, and we don't know, like, we don't have an answer for anything right now in that process. So we're hoping that baby is able to hold on up until daddy gets there. But our goal and our desire is obviously for him to be there, for Mayo to be there, you know, alongside with us and the birth process. But part of the reason why I had a water birth and choosing to have a home birth is because I want to be able to give him full access, if in case he's not able to be there, to give him full access to be able to see and be a part of the birthing process as much as possible. So hopefully, espero que sí. In Jesus' name and God's.
Dios tiene todo el control, señores, todo el control.
Yes, God has control.
Que tengan paciencia, señores. Y la paciencia. Ese elemento es principal.
Ninguna falta de eso.
Paciencia. Y si no tienen, pídenle a Dios paciencia.
I'm
Dios.
Still asking.
Dios es el único.
Está pidiendo todavía. I'm still asking God for patience because I hate repeating myself. So
tengo mucha paciencia.
I just really hope and pray that people get it the first time. Anyway, will I be having a water birth again? Yes. If it's God's will, I absolutely will be having a water birth again. That was by far the most amazing experience that I've ever gone through. And I absolutely want to go through it again. So I will definitely be having a water birth again if God allows me to have my baby the way that I did the first time. So, what was your first impression of Mayo? You, Taisha.
La primera impresión que tuve de mi esposa, puedo contar un poco la historia, ¿no? Aunque sea un poquito la historia, señores. El 3 de mayo del 2019, recuerdo. Me acuerdo que en esa presentación de la boda, de la primera, porque nos conocimos en una boda. Sigo, mi esposa me estaba diciendo que ella no quería venir a la República Dominicana. Y lo mejor le pasó venir, ¿no? Venir. Sí, tuve, gracias a Dios, tener la comunicación. Ella no quería hablar con nadie. Mi pregunta, le dije yo a ella, ¿te gusta la fotografía o si quiere que te tome una fotografía? Ella, con una sonrisa como ya lo tiene, mírenla, muy bonita, así me recibió. Ella no quería, pero al recibirme con esa sonrisa, ya ustedes saben, me enamoré. ¿Cómo pude comunicarme con ella si ella habla inglés y yo hablo español? Y bueno, yo era el fotógrafo de la boda, señores. Yo no era invitado, yo era el invitado principal, fotógrafo. Y comenzamos nosotros a dialogar, a hablar, y hasta le brindé también una soda, o también decimos chicken, y comimos juntos ese día. Y ya ustedes saben qué pasó, señores, y miren ya donde la tengo.
First impression of Mayo, I was not interested, not because he wasn't good looking, not because I didn't want to, you know, I didn't think that he was going to be an amazing person. I had just ended a really serious relationship, and I was engaged to that person, and I just I was not interested in talking to anybody. I did not want to talk to anybody, did not want to get to know anybody, so I just didn't care about what he had to say or anybody else had to say, let alone me being Haitian and going to Dominican Republic. It's just not like what I'm gonna do with a Dominican. Like I'd never ever in my life considered being with a Dominican person. I was not interested. But as he told you guys, he bought me some chicken. he bought me a piece of chicken. She fed my stomach. At first impression, I was
mi
not
esposa
interested.
de hoy mi esposa. 2 bebés.
Oh my God.
Es algo impresionante.
He will
señor.
not let these 2 babies go. Like he is like, you have stuck with me. You got 2 babies.